been injured in an accident, one thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show, live on July the 1st. It is July. I said it's July 1st. Already right here on The Monty Show, presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business, 24/7, 365. And the best part is you never pay a dime out of pocket to get the best representation in the business. Did you get in a car accident? Did you get hit while you were sitting at a red light? Maybe you got hurt at work. Maybe your neighbor's dog attacked you. You didn't deserve that. No, friends, but you do deserve the very best representation. That's the Advocates at theadvocates.com, 24/7, 365. When you can get clear, risk-free advice, make sure you tell them you heard about it on The Monty Show. It is a national holiday today, obviously. We're all in celebratory mode. I mean, after all, it's day one of the new Pac-12. Everybody rejoice.
I don't even know how we're working today. I mean, I'm not like, it's kind of a ridiculous ask. You guys should be grateful that we're even working today, being that it is a national holiday.
I don't know how it was tough to get out of bed today with all the fanfare nationally. Donnie flying in to celebrate the new Pac-12 in Boise. The videos of them, sewing in the new Pac-12 logo on the blue turf, it moved my bowels.
Yeah.
Okay. It feels like that was a little underwhelming. It didn't hit the way I had hoped. I mean, I don't feel the palatable.
That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
Yeah, like what is there not to be excited about?
Again, I mentioned Chad, who's with the council, that reached out about partnership opportunities. How can we get our youth, their youth, more integrated with our student athletes and with our coaches? And so we had an initial touch-base conversation. We weren't necessarily thinking this big at that time. And as the conversations continued to blossom, and there were several conversations, we started to see like this is something that they've got an incredible vision for, that we can really push this thing. Yeah, obviously we're continuing to build out our revenue streams. We know that the Pac-12 new media rights deal is going to be less than what we're working with from a previous iteration, and so this allows us to be more creative with our programming and influence our student athletes. So $250,000 that'll go to the Excellence Fund. We have a little bit more flexibility in that. That'll go to whatever our greatest need is. We've got some needs right now, so we'll allocate that across a number of different things. But this goes to allow us to continue to operate at a higher level.
So let me get this right.
Did I hear that right?
No, I could be. I'm old. I'm dying. I'm Mormon. I'm fat. All of it. Absolutely.
Yay!
Did that mother just say that the TV deal is going to come up short in certain cases? Did he just say that the new Pac-12 TV deal is...
We may have to go short in a couple cases.
And I know I'm a racist, but this is why you did a deal with the tribes. Did you... The tribe, they did a deal, Washington State and the Confederated Tribes of Colville Reservation today announced a historic new partnership grounded in shared values. Now, the financials are yet to be totally disclosed, but it appears that this is it doesn't appear, it's a jersey patch deal. And it is a a deal that is supposedly worth $8.5 million and a $250,000 donation to the Cougar Athletic Excellence Fund. Well, that'll cover that TV shortfall there, Jake. This new Pac-12.
I mean, just really hammering it home. I mean, I just couldn't be more excited for a jersey patch deal. I where have we seen this before? I vaguely remember some jersey patch deal the other day we were talking about. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know why we're not getting another Jane Lynch video. I mean, it couldn't. I mean, that really would have commemorated the deal and really, christened this new opportunity for the Washington State Cougars and the new Pac-12 reborn today. So, I just think it's hilarious that we're now hearing the AD John Harlow at Washington State say, yeah, media rights deal isn't exactly getting it done these days.
Came up a little short in some cases.
Come on, dude. I mean, this is what we do now. This is what we do. Oh, it's the best media deal ever. We're incredible. The CW, CBS Sports Network. Like, man, it's amazing. We have what did Teresa say? We're a profit entity or whatever she said. Like, well, if that's the case, then why is the Washington State AD talking about how the deal is underwhelming and not what it could have been or not what you had? Like, it's so clear what's going on.
But I also think you have to remember that Jane Lynch is a big alumni of the university.
Coug Nation, it's a new era for the Pac-12. Are you ready?
I mean, good.
I am your father.
Good morning, Coug Nation. I'm ready. I mean, wow.
It's every
Coug Nation.
time. Literally every time we play it, I'm like, bro, what happened? What kind of energy did that video department wake up to that day?
I mean, Coug Nation. And, we should stop. The point is, what are we doing? The Pac-12 is not better off than they were in the Mountain West. As simple as that. Washington State did a deal for themselves and I think it is actually, it's nice that it's not like a casino-based deal. It's nice that we're talking about histories and traditions and legacies and, future building. The deal for Washington State's unbelievable. The deal for Coug Nation is unbelievable. The rest of the Pac-12, I don't know how you're going to pay to sew the logo into your turf at this point.
Maybe look for another casino deal, dude. That's how.
Frogfather loves Jane Lynch.
Well, hey, man. Whatever gets your 3 inches going,
Whatever gets your 3 inches going. Okay. She is no Teresa Gould in her hot vest. I mean, but Teresa Gould.
There's no other conference in the country that owns and operates a for-profit entity like Pac-12 Enterprises. Mike is probably familiar with it given our Playfly relationship, but we essentially took Pac-12 networks and the infrastructure and the technology that existed and transitioned it to Pac-12 Enterprises, which now is a content creation machine, a technology hub, a production facility that has the ability to generate resources, not only with our media rights partners, but with outside clients. So it was tremendous leadership on the part of Oregon State and Washington State to decide to keep that asset. 2 years ago, when they said, we are not selling it, we're keeping it, we're going to repurpose it, we think there's a lot of value in it, that was really wise because we have something that's different than any other conference has. And I believe in this time period where content is everything, where storytelling is everything.
Okay, cool. Shut up. She wears me out. And the tapping on the table, I have some bias against the.
I just don't know where, like, is it a good thing that you're the only conference that has it set up the way you do
No,
to make money? Like, is that something that like we should be lauding you for or celebrating? Like, I look,
no.
I agree that you're only in this position because you made terrible decisions, but just because time has passed doesn't change like what's going on in your conference financially. And I saw that video this morning of the AD at Washington State, and I'm just like, dude, like they can spin it however they want, but the reality is you're making less money.
Yes.
And there's no way around that.
And you had to go out and find new money right now. Well, what about the rest of the teams in this league that don't have solid business people making Jane Lynch style Sith videos and doing deals with Indian tribes? That's a problem. San Diego State, that's a problem. And you look at Fresno State, you look at Boise State. I mean, the TV deal is not better. The money's not better. This is not a better situation than they had in the Mountain West. It really is as simple as
I think
that.
if you seriously listen to John Harlow, the Washington State AD, in the first part, he was like, yeah, we weren't even thinking that big. They're clearly, if you read between the lines of what dude is saying, they're clearly struggling to figure out new ways to make money. And this kind of fell into their lap after they started having touch-based conversations with the tribe. So this wasn't even a thing where like leadership at Washington State put this together. The tribes came to them and were like, hey, we want to do this, which kind of tells you like there's not a lot of, again, respectfully, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of creativity when it comes to figuring out new money.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. I would agree with that 100%. It doesn't seem like they're, and I think that's the reality of where we are in college sports. And I look at the GCU deal for the Mountain West. And again, I point right at that deal and I say that was a deal to make money on the NCAA tournament because GCU is going to go to the tournament every year. And I think that's the kind of deal that you have to make because your TV deal is going to come up short. You're going to have to produce all those games, and that's going to cost you a left lung. And to me, I'm probably being too negative, and I know Uncle Monty hates the Pac-12, and I'm a prick, and totally get it. I don't even disagree with you.
How are you supposed to be more positive? So because I agree, people say that we're too negative. Okay, if we're too negative, what is it that we're supposed to be positive about? Like what about this situation am I supposed to look at and be like, yeah, like, we're just such a better place than we were. Like, yeah, great. It's July 1st. Like you can say you're back. That doesn't really change anything though. We all knew that once the fiscal year started, you were going to put out a graphic. But again, I still maintain the graphics you're putting out, again, respectfully, are not like top tier. They're not like something to behold. Again, you want to compare yourself to all the other conferences from a revenue standpoint. Why don't you look at the graphics department? I guess I just know better now. And I see through what they're saying. And I just say, yeah, sure. You can call this a gem, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a pile of crap.
Change it. Like, doesn't change it at all.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. And I just struggle. It's what you've always said. I mean, you cannot trust what they're saying. You don't have a high level of confidence. There's no reason to think that, what they're saying is gospel because it truly is not. It truly is not. And that's the part I really struggle with is that there's no reason to buy into it. What are you buying into? You know what I mean? Like there's no reason. I look at the Teresa Gould contract extension. I guess you had no other choice, right?
Nope.
You had no other choice. And I understand that. I totally understand that. And I hope that at some point you figure it out. But in my mind, I don't know that you ever figure this out. I think you're going to struggle into perpetuity for all time. until college football changes on the whole, I think you're gonna struggle. Why are you being so negative about the Pac-12? They have the best logo in all of sports. The t-shirt merch sales will be through the roof. I get it, Rock. I'm dumb. It's what Oregon State fan the other day DMing me relentlessly, saying we're going to the Big 12, Monty. Utah's going to the Big 10, and the Big 12, they're negotiating with us already. Okay, zero evidence of that. And do you really think they're taking Oregon State before Washington State? And what's going to happen when Washington State is the first one chosen and you're left behind again?
Yeah, that's a ball breaker, dude.
Right? Help me. I get college sports. Just listen to Cody Campbell. College sports is terrible and everything sucks.
Well, and he's the savior of everything. I mean, that's
right. And he has a really big wallet on the table.
Just look, it's on the table.
The only positive for the Pac-12 is that they survived and are moving forward. They are no longer close to what they were before. Hard to be positive. That old saying, just happy I woke up today, fits. Totally agree. 100%. Pac-12 graphic designer must be using clip art.
Well,
Yes, we are going to get to LeBron James. Yes, we're going to get to NBA free agency here coming up in about, 20 minutes or so. But the reason I'm starting with this is because, again, I think we're in this situation where we're seeing the constant struggle to survive in the Pac-12 and the Mountain West. And if you remember anything I've ever said on this show, neither one of these conferences will thrive because of what the Pac-12 did. The failure of the Mountain West or the Pac-12 is wholly on the Pac-12. They did this. They made this decision. And I think our track record with that kind of stuff is pretty good. Told you what was going to happen with Brendan. Don't call me Brandon Sorsby. I tell you last week. How about the Brandon Sorsby story? Sorsby.
Right.
How about Brandon Sorsby? Not suing anybody. Finally. And I want to say, finally, we got some closure on Brendan Sorsby, where he released a statement yesterday saying, I'm not suing anybody. I'm getting ready for the draft, and I'm trying not to be a gambling addict. Did somebody get to him, or did he just have enough of paying lawyers? I think he probably had enough of paying lawyers, and somebody probably got to him.
Well, and I also think that it's the NFL you're fighting now, not the NCAA, right? So it's a completely different battlefield, if you will. You're not fighting someone in the NFL who one is underfunded, but two has some fear of you or cares what Jeffrey Kessler has to say. I think that the NFL, specifically the NFL ownership group, not so much the PA, but the NFL ownership group, literally does not care what anybody in the world has to say unless it starts to hurt their pocketbook or unless you have some way of getting to them. And I would maintain it's just exceedingly difficult to ever get to them. I mean, it's just so incredibly difficult to win a case against them. And what
did you text me about Let's Go Brandon yesterday?
That I'm ready for. What I want is the 27 draft to be tomorrow, so then he can not get drafted because nobody wants to have him on his team, and he can just disappear into irrelevancy in the UFL or the Canadian League or the.
What did Let's Go Brandon ever do to you?
Oh, I don't know. He just took over the show for a month and got us off talking about Rossini and got us on to talking about terribleness in college football. And the problem is it's for all the wrong reasons, right? I mean, I don't want to talk about college football from the standpoint of gambling issues and hell, I even got burned out on the realignment stuff. I would, bro, do you know how easy life would be if one day we could just roll up and just literally talk about football? We haven't
Notre Dame winning a national championship.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to talk about that. Besides,
everybody does.
But what are you, the Jane Lynch of Notre Dame? Come on.
They were saying that.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know that anyone's that excited.
And we were saying that.
But it's you know, yeah, I just think it's been a tumultuous summer. I think that April, May, and June were just super rough for college football.
I would agree with that. And ultimately, so what do you think happened? Do you think Brendan Sorsby ever gets drafted? I think he does. I mean,
if he does a good job disappearing, yeah. Like if you just stay quiet, you know, I would encourage him to legitimately. What I would do if I were him is you do need to create tape of you working out, and you need to be putting tape out weekly. So like whether that's a YouTube channel or some sort of like cache that you have, like a video trove that you have that people can access in the league, whatever it is. You know, you need to be showing people that you're in the weight room and that you're working on your craft. And if you do that, then yeah, I mean, the guy, I think somebody would be happy to pay the guy to hold a clipboard. I don't think anybody wants to pay this guy to actually be the face of your franchise or you know, to do anything like that. I mean, what I was trying last night, I was thinking about like what would be of quarterbacks around the league the last like 10 to 15 years. Who would be a reasonable comp? Like a secondary guy who had a good run, but wasn't like a face of the franchise.
JJ McCarthy.
No, I think he's better than JJ McCarthy. I think he's better than JJ McCarthy.
Oh, you're better than JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I was thinking Blake Bortles of the Jags.
Blake Bortles was a franchise quarterback, though.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Blake Bortles got a contract, dude. Like he was.
Yeah.
Who's an average ass quarterback? Trubisky.
Chase Daniels?
Chase was a career backup. That's not a terrible one. Nick Foles, although he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But he was never like the star. He has one play. I mean, average ass quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes. Nothing. I mean, Trav's your guy.
I don't like. Why would you say that, dude? I'm not even a Chiefs fan.
Yes, you stop it. Why do you fight this?
Because I'm not a Chiefs fan, dude.
You like sex? Yes, you are a Chiefs fan.
It's a perfectly calibrated recipe for maximum personal achievement.
What do you want to bet? You go to at least 3 Chiefs games this year.
I'm not.
I'll bet you 37 cents.
I'll go to Kaufman to see the Cubs or to see another good team. But
no, you're going to see the Rolls. You're a Rolls fan.
Not
a Rolls fan.
I am not a Rolls fan. I'm not an old man or a Rolls fan. And no, I'm not a Chiefs fan, dude. No, I'm not. You know, Mr. One Knee out of shape guy coming into the season. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him, dude.
You're really, but you like your guy is Trav.
No, I'm not a fan of Trav at all, actually. I think he's a meathead. And the fact that they're trying to get married at MSG is so over the top, I can't even describe it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's so ridiculous.
You know, but a Brendan Sorsby comp, if I had to think of so do we need it to be a similar player, like a dual threat or?
No, I mean, just a successful career backup. Somewhat like
Marcus Mariota, never a good starter.
Mariota, yeah. I mean, I think
Tyrod Taylor, maybe. Is Tyrod Taylor still in the league? Is he with the Giants?
I think he's technically a free agent, but I don't think that he's played in a minute.
I want to say like, God, who would be? Justin Fields was a starter. Boy, that's tough. Jameis Winston? No, Jameis was a starter too. He was thought to be a franchise guy.
Mm-hmm.
What about Mac Jones?
I don't think he's ever Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones has developed.
Wow.
I think Mac Jones is better than he'll ever be.
Okay. Boy, that's tough, dude. Who's a great do they make a list? Maybe I need to ask ChatGPT for a list of quarterbacks. Tyler Huntley?
Yeah.
Tyler's been a career backup with the Jets. No, Ravens. Jets.
We're gonna get a good look at Joe Milton this year.
You are. Yeah, you are.
So we'll get a good look at him and just see because he's got an incredible arm. and that's and he also can run
Who's
around.
the buddy in Buffalo, the golfer, the guy that plays a lot of golf? Kyle Allen. What about Kyle Allen? Kyle Allen, career backup, right? But nobody, I guess, knows who he is.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew, career backup. Yeah, you might be right with the Chase Daniel comp. He's just a guy that's on everybody's sideline for his entirety of his career. He can come in for a game and a half.
Yeah.
Not going to kill you.
Yeah.
You know.
Because allegedly, based on the reporting, you know, and everything we've heard,
Steve Stepanek says, wait. Steve Stepanek says Steve Young, you know, Hall of Famer, multi-time Super Bowl winner.
Oh man, dude.
Max Duggan, Big 12 QB, 7th rounder out of the league. Yeah, I don't know if James is here yet today, but holy cow, that'll piss James off. You know, Kitna, Fitzgerald, Minshew, Fitzgerald, John Kitna.
God, what was?
Good Lord. John Plumlee, yeah. JRP could be. You know, Jake will be in the supporters section cheering on Sporting KC. I've heard that. You're just so full of it that you're not a Chiefs fan.
I'm not a Chiefs
I
fan.
got you a custom fat ass jersey. It literally says fat ass on the back of it, and you're not even going to wear it now.
Bro.
Yeah.
Stop.
What if I get you a Trav 87 jersey?
No.
With a little alien patch to represent, you know, Taylor's not hot Swift.
No, I'm not doing that, dude. No.
You know, he was a backup for Montana. He was also a Hall of Famer and a legendary.
Is he ever Jacoby Brissett or Case Keenum?
Case Keenum
are two good comps in my opinion.
Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Wow.
You remember the Case Keenum Viking game in the playoffs where they had that awesome playoff win, and that was kind of his peak.
Yeah. Frogfather says you're crabby today.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not.
I'm not crabby at all.
You actually seem quite entertained. We were talking about, I have a good car story for you guys today coming up later in the show.
Yeah. I'm not crabby at all, dude.
Yeah. Jake got to talk about cars today. So he's actually.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood for once. Yeah. You know, I mean, usually it's more of
fuck you, fuck you, you suck.
That's usually before and after the show when we're just talking. I'm like, Jake, I love you. And Jake's like,
fuck you, you suck.
Okay, talk to you later.
We don't take any shit.
There's our guy, Oak State James, the only Oklahoma State fan.
Dude, stop it. You are not a Chiefs fan.
The atmosphere at Arrowhead is amazing.
Oh, wow,
the
Monty,
Chiefs versus Raiders.
Game at Arrowhead. It's incredible.
No, listen, I
gotta tell you something. It is Burrowhead Stadium. The Walmart manager and I went there many, many times, and she got wrecked in the men's room while I was watching the game.
Facial recognition.
I had this cool little jacket with the Chiefs on it, and Walrus was on the sideline being the head coach. Go Mormons! And it was just so loud, Jake.
Burrowhead Stadium.
Burrowhead my ass. Come on. The Walmart manager got wrecked. This is going to be a show. Anyway, good to see you, James. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Brandon Butler, if the wife is a Chiefs fan, you are a Chiefs fan. Yeah, Jake. If your wife is a Chiefs fan.
If you want to run that shtick out, that's fine, dude. That's fine.
But are we wrong? Is Brando wrong here? Your wife is a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, yes, she's from Kansas City.
See, and now he's married, and he admitted it. There you go.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not married.
Did you guys get a onesie for the baby that's got a Chiefs logo on it?
No.
I'm not too familiar with that.
You didn't.
No, I'm not. I'm not getting a onesie and naming my kid thing 1 or thing 2.
No, you're naming it Trav.
I'm not. No.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not familiar with it.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Or you could name it Buddy the receiver who can't stay out of jail, whatever his name is. Not David Tyree. What's his name? The speeder wide receiver, number 4.
Tyreek Hill.
He's not. You're such a dick.
Might as well be.
Rasheed Rice. You're going to name your baby Rasheed.
Can you imagine as a white man naming your kid Rasheed?
Yeah. There's an ESPN article that had all P4 teams listed in a like a power ranking list. We could talk about that. No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
We don't do. Notice we don't really do power rankings on the show. We don't do corny ass. Oh, there's nothing to talk about, so we're just going to take each conference and rank them all. We don't do that, dude.
Okay. Now the best conference is
you want power rankings. Go to some of those other ass YouTube shows that you guys all watch.
Montana, not Joe, the University of. Good football program. I mean, if you look at their trench play, I mean, fuck me, it is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the only trench play you know about.
You know, I was at Burrowhead Stadium once, and I walked into the men's room, and some Walmart manager was getting wrecked in the trough. I was like, what is going on here? Anyway, seriously, Jake, you need to drive to Columbia and see a game at Mizzou.
No, I don't. See, this is the difference. No, actually, I don't need to drive to Columbia.
Yes, you do.
I'm not a Mizzou fan, dude. That's the thing.
Yeah, you are.
You know what?
Go Tigers.
You want to drive somewhere? You can drive to freaking Manhattan or Lawrence. I'm not driving to Columbia, dude.
You're gonna rock chalk with the boys this winter?
Yeah, I'm not going to Columbia, bro. That's not happening, bro.
Okay. I like Columbia. Their jackets are amazing.
Yeah, nice puffer jacket.
You know. Their football stadium is pretty good. What about their IPF, James?
We may have to go short in a couple cases.
They don't have a new admin building?
Wait, was that video of the Washington State AD or the Mizzo AD?
You are in driving distance of SEC games. God damn.
Yeah, here's the problem. I'm not driving anywhere for college.
You know what the problem is? Jake hates football in general.
I have a huge TV that I like to watch football on.
And I have to be in Kansas City for Trav and Alien Face on Sunday. Oh, shit. I can't make it to Columbia, even though Columbia is like a stone.
Let me pull a Knick fan and get on the side of a building to watch the parade.
A Knicks fan.
Men's parade.
Get Jake the Mr. Swift 87 jersey. Brandon, don't think I didn't think about it.
Men's parade.
Jake will never admit he's a Chiefs fan.
Because I'm not. I'm not a Chiefs fan, dude.
Okay.
I'm a casual observer of the Hammond Bears now, but other than that, like
they haven't moved to Hammond yet. Can I just at least enjoy another season of the Bears before they?
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, before they move to Hammond, can we just enjoy the Bears for a minute? Jake is afraid he will get pulled over in a ticket for modified muffler.
Right.
Probably not wrong. Not Montana. I said Joe Montana. Yeah, Mangina. Yeah. Is Jake going to be a KU football fan?
No. Honestly, I've said this for years on the show, and a long times know this. This has not changed. The day that we don't do the show anymore, I'm telling you, I'm not watching rando Big 12 game. It's not happening. Like, I'm not watching just obscure Big 12 game.
Matchup throwdown. Jake, does your 2-box setup enjoy the Vrabel Rossini or the Travis Taylor roll better?
I mean, probably Rossini, honestly. The enjoyment factor of Rossini and Vrabel is probably higher.
So wait. You walk into a room, Diana Rossini, Taylor Swift. It's a veritable buffet. Big Nose Kate or the alien-looking chick?
Rossini, it's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's not even close. An active observer of Royals baseball. Exactly right. Yeah. Jake is a huge Bobby Witt Jr. fan.
Actually, I'm not, but that's
yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You are. Did you see Bregman go deep last night? Yeah, shut up, Jake.
Yeah, I was too busy watching, more episodes of Breaking Bad since I don't watch TV anymore, apparently. So.
Oh, did you watch some Breaking Bad last night?
I did, yes, I did.
Okay, I was busy watching season 2 of Mickey Haller. Do you know who that is?
No.
Lincoln Lawyer. I would rather watch any random Big 12 game over any random Big 10 or SEC. I'm going to tell you straight off the rip. If there ever comes a point, and I don't think it'll ever happen as long as I'm not dead, but if there ever comes a point where I'm not doing this show, I will watch the Bears and the Beloved, and that will be it. And there's nothing like a good SEC matchup on a Saturday. And if the sex machine has the boys in Baton Rouge rolling, but you'll find me on the golf course more than you will in front of a TV.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Jake is Katie Mark. He don't like teams. He loves players.
I mean, it's true. I and even KD has even lost me a little bit. It's funny you say that, dude, because I actually would agree with that assessment. I do like players more than I like teams because I didn't really. You got to understand, I didn't really grow up in a college football environment when I was a kid. I grew up in hockey and baseball. Those are my two things, and the Bears were kind of my third on holidays and things like that because the Bears always played on Thanksgiving, obviously.
Here comes Jake rooting for the White Sox.
No, dude, you want to talk about my childhood fandom? There's one name, Moises Alou piping me in the NLCS. So thanks, dude.
Look, dude who peed on his hands was there. Should have made the catch. You know, just dawned on me that sometimes you two remind me of a father and son version of the two old guy Muppets in the balcony heckling everyone. You should get an overlay of those moments going forward. I probably should. You know, Jake has no idea who the Muppets are. No clue. Actually, I do. You don't. I'm watching this Cinderella run by Mexico. How about that? Their first win in a knockout game in 40
You would have thought that they won a war with the celebration that they put on.
The streets of Mexico City were wild.
Yeah.
As a Puerto Rican, it's a nice change of pace. There you go. There you go. All right. Paid comment from James. You're telling me that you wouldn't go to Mizzou to see A&M, Texas, OU, or Florida? That's exactly what he's telling you.
That's precisely what I'm telling you. Yes.
Home games against those four, those are all good games to watch. Yeah, and on TV.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. This is what you don't understand. I have such an elite setup to watch football now that I'm not really interested in being outside amongst all of you schmucks who are at college football games trying to tell me you know everything. Like, I want on my couch, big ass TV, smokers on the porch, like
Black rocks rolling in the yard, bro.
Like we're chilling, dude. We're absolutely positively chilling, and that's what it's about. And quite frankly, I still got to find my local driving range of choice. But most Saturday mornings, I'll be on the range, dude. Like, I'm not gonna be. Probably, again, I'm not trying to be an ass, but like I don't value mid-level, low-level Big 12 games. Like, yeah, we talk about them, but that doesn't mean that I'm sitting here jumping for joy to watch them because I'm not. Like, that's just the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree. Good SEC versus random game. Good Big 10 versus random game. Rutgers versus Mini. Vandy versus Cox. Nah, I'm fine. Yeah, no. Steve Stepanek. Manhattan, Kansas has great golf courses.
I'm sure it does.
A great golf course. Exactly.
Wish I could speak on it, dude. Haven't had the opportunity to play yet.
White Sox are doing as well as the Cubbies. That's got to be a bitter pill. It is. It is. The Cubs can't keep a pitcher healthy. But Bregman hit a bomb last night. And trust me when I said it got a little swole. Because we need Buddy to hit. And Pete Crow Armstrong is absolutely raking right. You guys realize he's got 18 bombs? You guys realize PCA has 18 bombs? Best center fielder in baseball, period. End of story. No, it's not. Anyway, Mizzou home game might be great, but it's not really average fan bucket list destination. Going to football games sucks. Sit home and watch it on TV.
Yeah.
It's way better on TV. I'm telling you. Yeah, they added 16 teams to the World Cup. So advancing from the round of 32 is not the same as winning a round of 16 game. Right. It's tournament stuff. Okay. USA plays today.
Yes.
So is that another noon kickoff? Can anybody explain to me why we're doing this in the middle of the day? What time is that game? No, it's 5:00. Love it. Santa Clara, California, Levi's Stadium. That place sucks. Yeah, U.S. needs a win tonight against Bosnia. Hugely important. Okay. Just go ahead and yank that cable out of the back of the mixer. Huge game for the United States tonight. Huge game. So, Jake has no favorite team. He has no money in the game. A casual Fairweather fan has more fandom than Jake.
Correct.
Okay. Jake cracking me up with the all you schmucks comment. Mrs. Monty and I talk about this all the time. I don't love being amongst the great unwashed. It is not, listen, you go to a college football game with a bunch of herpy having college kids, and I like, dude, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to walk out of there with a cold sore. It's just not, I'm not excited. I love going to a big game. If you said Bama's at the Swamp against LSU, sign me up. I want some penicillin before I ever walk in there, but sign me up.
I think that's HIPAA.
But I'm not going to see Mizzou play anybody. I'm not going to an NFL game. I'd rather watch the Bears on TV.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer. This is the Super Bowl thing. Now, I'm a snob because I've been to several. The Super Bowl is far more enjoyable at home with your boys. It is hard to watch a football game in person unless you have elite seats.
My big gripe is this. I just think stuff is so expensive now that I'm not interested in paying the price for the tickets. I'm definitely not interested in paying the price for the beer, the food, just any of it. It's all just excessively expensive. I mean, I can literally, dude, if you're having a Super Bowl get together and you have a smoker, I mean, you could probably feed 30 people for under $100.
Yeah.
Not difficult. And that's what's hard is that whether it's a fair comparison or not, it is the comparison we get to make as fans. You do have a choice whether you want to go in person or you want to stay home. And I just think that when you have, look, as someone who's been doing this show for, what has it been, 10 years now?
11.
You begin to understand what kind of a setup you want, how you want to watch the game, what food you like to eat while you're watching the game, what you're looking for. It becomes almost a science enjoying the game. And when you have that dialed, it's just not that enjoyable to change it. I can look at a college football schedule and tell you, yeah, I can watch all these games in the background and still have an educated take on Monday, but I have to watch this one and this one intently, front to back every single play to really have the take I want to have. Yeah. And that's why that's the other reason I typically don't go, is because I do want to be able to flip around too. That's the other part of it.
Yep. Brandon Butler. What a dick. You either love the game day environment or you don't. Oh, soccer by far. Is this even a question? And I don't know, Brandon, have you ever been to a Premier League game? Dude, you go to a soccer match, just your garden variety soccer match in England is far better than a big college football game. It is. When we were at Chelsea-Liverpool, we joked about this yesterday. I am not kidding. When we were at Chelsea-Liverpool, the environment was so jacked because Liverpool fan was so sure that they were going to win. They were singing and chanting before the match, "We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league." They threw stuff at the Chelsea bus as it was, the coach as it was pulling up to Anfield. And then Demba Ba happened and Steven slipped and fell and the league went away. It's that, and we went to Chelsea-Liverpool at Stamford Bridge to celebrate Chelsea's championship in 2015, I think it was. Mrs. Monty and I went. And it was ridiculous. It's one of the single greatest things I've ever seen. And it's far better than any football game, including a Super Bowl that I've ever been to. It was incredible. Mizzou, Florida is going to be a great game. I wish I could go. You can.
Yeah, I mean, you can go. But again, see, this is the debate. I just think that, You're interested in being in person. And quite frankly, I'm not. I'm interested in being at the house, enjoying time off of work, watching football and eating food. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. Frog Father, hit the like button, all you schmucks. Yes, please hit the like button. That really helps the channel grow. Pirate Mitch. Okay. Why aren't you guys all over the imminent college realignment coming? Because it's not.
Look at the rest of the comment.
Because of the bill in Congress, the locked on bros. Oh, well, if they said it, then it must be true.
Yeah, I mean, it just must be facts if they said it. I mean, come on.
Right. Pollyanna, nice to see you, Polly. A lot of newscasters up here think LeBron is going to be a warrior. Give me 14 minutes and we'll talk about that. And the World Cup will be down the street at Levi's Stadium. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, being in Seattle, which is a World Cup city, it is absolutely lit this place on fire. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Dog fan Jim, hello. James. I like watching football on my TV better too. I'm too old to jump up and down just to try and see the play. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. They are doing early games for the Euros so they can get ratings numbers. England kicks at 10, which I hate. I do. Did you know Tiger Woods' dad played baseball at Kansas State? Man, I had no idea. Wow. Stop kissing the students, Monty. You can go to a Seahawks game and get the contact high and be happy. I can walk down my flipping street out here in Seattle and get contact high. Bama in the swamp against LSU would be incredible. Dave Roberts hit 1,000 wins. Fastest in MLB history. Cue Jake's moody negative take.
It's not a moody negative take. I just think that, again, what am I supposed to be surprised that the Dodgers are good? Hell, I'd have 100 wins and the most wins. What was it? Dave Roberts hits 1,000 wins. If you had Ohtani and that cast of characters, you tell me you wouldn't have hit 1,000 wins? I mean, come on, dude. Like, I agree Dave is one of the best managers in baseball, generally speaking. But the guy has an organization behind him that's funding the hell out of it. And you have a great roster. Like, you should be winning. You should be winning. Like, you should be winning multiple rings. You should be a dynasty with how seriously they take it. So I like, say what you want, but you're not going to get flowers from me for leading baseball at the All-Star break. Like, that's
so
what
you're saying. It's tainted, which is different than his taint. But you're saying it's tainted.
I didn't say it was tainted. I just said that's what you should be doing.
I would agree with that. For me, West Virginia games is such a long trip up and back. Would have to get a hotel room for a day or two. And with price of food and tickets, I'm not hillbilly rich.
Right.
It is expensive to go. Big Blue Horses. Monty and Jake cutting a promo about the schmucks reminds me of Bobby the Brain going off on ham and eggers. It's exactly right. It's exactly right. I'm telling you, Mizzou, OU do not like each other. That would be a great game to be there in person. Let us know how it goes for you, bud. Let us know. Jake should have a Super Bowl party for your fans in Kansas City. You should, Jake.
Right.
And Trav and Swelsey go to the Super Bowl. You should.
Right.
Liverpool in Everton, brother, was insane. Always is. Soccer is off the charts. College football is the closest second one in terms of that overall culture and vibe the U.S. has. I'm telling you, having been to many Notre Dame games at the stadium, there is nothing like a big Notre Dame Saturday afternoon in South Bend. When you're playing and dusk is setting in and the lights are on, and there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I'm just telling you. There is nothing like it. Rock and rant. Yesterday's World Cup matches, though, were a disappointment compared to the day before. I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Jim says, I spent a little over $200 on burgers, fries, and sodas for a family of 5. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. 47 straight. Morning, guys. When watching a game at home, do you prefer one main meal or a spread of snacks?
Oh, spread of snacks, no question about it. But the snacks got to be high quality, right? Like it can't just be boxed material.
Good question here. Jake, have you been to any barbecue places in Kansas City?
Nope. Nope.
But Jake, they're so good. Best barbecue in the country, bro.
Haven't been.
Don't waste your time. You've been to Utah where you have real barbecue. You know. Locked On is a waste of YouTube space. Couldn't agree less. Anyway. Robert Kaufman. LeBron will spend the rest of his life trying to convince everyone that he is a GOAT. Bro, why do we have to do this? Can we just... Well, LeBron hops around too much. Ring chasing. He's won a ring everywhere he's been. So ring chasing, but Cleveland, Miami, and the Lakers. He won rings everywhere he was. So does he not get credit for that? I don't think LeBron's the guy making the argument he's the greatest of all time. That would be people that hate LeBron making the argument he's not. Do you know how many people are like, oh, dude, no, dude. The guy's 87 years old and still one of the top probably 7 players in the NBA. Won a championship at every spot. MVPs. Generational player. And you're telling me that his legacy is not intact? Who's got a better legacy than LeBron James? The guy has played forever. He was the original prodigy. And he not only lived up to it, he exceeded it. And I'm not a LeBron James guy by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sitting here in front of a wall of 100 Air Jordans. Trust me when I tell you I'm a Jordan guy. But can we not do the whole thing about how, oh, LeBron sucks, bro? He doesn't, actually. No, LeBron doesn't suck. Pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, nope, LeBron doesn't suck. I'll never understand it. I will. And for the life of me, the anti-LeBron guy, when I drop on you, hey, he's won a championship everywhere he's ever been. Well, his kid sucks. Well, they just picked up his guaranteed contract, and he's actually a top 9 guy on an NBA roster. So, like, what did Michael Jordan's kids do in the NBA? Oh, that's right, nothing. Like, you're out of your mind. You can go after LeBron for a lot of things. His legacy or being a ring chaser, or that's not one of them. That's not one of them. It's one of the stupidest takes I've ever heard. And it consistently happens.
Yeah, and I also think that to the ring chasing point, I think when you look at what his peers are doing, LeBron's hardly a ring chaser. LeBron's the guy you play with if you want to win a ring. And I think that I agree that his stint as a Laker wasn't, in my opinion, as probably fruitful as he would have liked it to have been. I think if you ask LeBron, he probably would have hoped for 2 rings at least. And he probably would have hoped the 1 ring he did win wasn't a bubble championship, which a lot of people discount. Whether that's fair or not, I don't know, but they do. But I think there's no question he's the greatest player of his generation. I am a Steph Curry evangelist. Love Steph. You know, he's done everything you could want to do in basketball. But I just don't know why we go to such lengths to try to tear LeBron down. LeBron has defined this generation of basketball player. And I would even go as far as to say, if you look at stylistically, the new era, the young guys coming in, guys who are in their 20s right now, or just getting drafted right now, are trying to replicate their games after Bron, Kobe, like that era. And I just think Bron deserves a lot of credit for being the face of the league for 20 plus years, man. That's a lot of responsibility. Like, that's not, you notice Bron's never been in trouble. He's not attached to any of the gambling stuff. He's never had, domestic violence, speeding, drug abuse, PEDs. I mean, any number of issues. He's never gotten in trouble. I've always said I think Bron deserves credit for that.
Should the Lakers retire his jersey? I flipped on ESPN Los Angeles yesterday, and they were debating whether the Lakers should retire his jersey.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd retire Bron's jersey. I'm not sure that I'm convinced of that. I think I think if you're going to retire a guy's jersey, he's got to be one of the greatest Lakers ever, and I don't know that you can make the case. I don't think he is.
Yeah, I probably would not retire his jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in Miami, you're going to retire his jersey.
Yes.
Cleveland's going to retire his jersey.
Certainly. But with Cleveland, see, the Cleveland thing is different because of Akron and just the ties.
He closed the loop, dude. He closed the loop for the Cavs winning that championship.
He did.
And the block is one of the single greatest plays in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, it is.
So
that series, though, man, that might be the greatest series he's ever played. I mean, the Raptor series was really good, but that series being down 3-1 against Golden State is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it is. It's pretty remarkable that when we look at LeBron's legacy, he may be the most hated player in the history of the NBA. I just say that off the top of my head, but the hate and vitriol, the ridiculous comparisons to Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Listening to Stupid A. Smith yesterday talk about how LeBron doesn't use his teammates and he doesn't pass the ball. And at this point in his career, and it's like, do you want LeBron passing the ball a lot? This was the Michael Jordan argument.
Right.
Do you know how many years we in Chicago complained that Michael Jordan didn't pass the ball enough? And then he got Scottie Pippen and guys who could, Judd Bushler, Steve Kerr, John Paxson, who could actually knock it down. So what did Michael Jordan do? He passed the ball. What's the Lakers' biggest issue been with LeBron James in their uniform? A lack of three-point shooting. Simple as that. And I look at, and a lot of people forget this about Jordan, but having been there and having covered Michael Jordan, and I can tell you, no bigger shot than John Paxson. No bigger shot than Steve Kerr. No bigger shot than Judd Bushler on the baseline. Now, did Mike have the shot on Elo? Yes, not in the NBA Finals. People misconstrue that all the time, that that was for a championship. It was not. The shot over the poor Brian Russell, yes, huge shot. You don't win a championship without John Paxson, Steve Kerr, and Judd Bushler. Just simple as that. You don't win a championship without Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc. You don't. And when he had them, he used them. But I don't want Michael Jordan passing the ball. I don't want LeBron James passing the ball. I didn't want Kobe passing the ball. Trust me, when I covered the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq, do you think what was the biggest? Why did they hate each other? Go ahead, you can say it. Because they didn't share the ball. What's the single best play in the history of Kobe and Shaq?
Trailblazers, alley-oop dunk.
From Kobe to
Shaq.
And I was right there under that basket when that happened, by the way. I'm telling you, your memories of LeBron not being, or Kobe not being, or you don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's crazy to me. It is crazy to me. Paxson and Kerr made some great clutch three-pointers. Steve Kerr's shot from the top of the key, incredible. Just incredible. Go look at, like, if you go back in history and you look at, yes, that's exactly right. Horace Grant's pass. Do you guys understand who made the pass to John Paxson? It was Horace Grant. Right? I'm just, you got to know and much to Marcus's point, how did the Jazz lose to the Bulls and Jordan?
Defense.
Michael stripping Karl Malone under the basket and then going down and winning the game. Should he have passed the ball there?
No.
Like, it's a ridiculous take on LeBron. Like, I've always hated it. I've always hated it. Jay, LeBron lifted the Lakers out of probably the worst era of Lakers. Oh, there's no question about that. They were a joke even at the end of Kobe's tenure. That's exactly right. They were in transition and they were infighting and, when LeBron retires, who will be the face of the league? They won't have one. They do not have a face of the NBA. That's why I think Cooper Flagg is so important. You look at how bad Victor Wembanyama was in the finals and how poorly he handled the media. Huge moment in time. It set Victor back probably 3 years. And now, I don't know who the face of the NBA is right now. I think it's probably still LeBron. Because he's still, like I said, I was looking at this yesterday. I think he's one of the 7 best players in the NBA. And I think when you think NBA right now, LeBron James is the center of the NBA universe right now. His free agency is the biggest story in the NBA. Overshadowing a Knicks championship and the moves they're trying to make. If he goes back to Cleveland, and Jake and I debated this, I'm telling you Cleveland's the best fit for him. Because I think if he goes back to the Cavs, and you put him with James Harden, who opted out and is negotiating a long-term deal, you put him between Donovan and James Harden, and you give LeBron the ball with the game on the line instead of James Harden, that team's winning the East. You're going to have to make sure you have Jared Allen, because I still think he is the unsung hero of that club. The Cleveland Cavaliers were very good, but what didn't they have? They didn't have a wingman, and I know this is shocking. They didn't have a running mate for Donovan Mitchell, who can't do it on his own. Don's not the guy that can carry a team on his own.
Yeah,
LeBron he can.
Yeah, not at this stage in his career. But I think those three together, I don't know. I have my reservations about James Harden. Donnie and LeBron, I'm with you. I could see those two working together. That could be a pretty fruitful relationship, I feel like. But James Harden, I just have my reservations about Buddy, dude. We know who he is and we know who he's not. He's been in a million different situations. And again, how are you in Brooklyn with those guys and you did nothing? How are you in Houston with the roster you had there and you did nothing?
Brutal.
James Harden is not a complete enough player to win an NBA championship, specifically defensively. That's the one area of his game that I think, even in today when he's tried to improve it and tried to work harder, he is a James Harden, in my opinion, right now is, while he's a starter in the league, right? You say James Harden, yeah, he's a starter. I maintain his play style and his skill set is that of a 6-man. His ideal role is come off the bench and get buckets. That to me is what he does best. He is not a complete player. So if you're talking about, I guess you have to categorize or define what best fit means. If you're talking about what's the best situation for LeBron to go and win a championship, I would argue that Golden State is a better chance for him to win a championship because Jimmy's already won, and obviously Steph has won, and obviously Steph and Bron have a great relationship. And I think that the danger of Steph Curry and LeBron on the same team is extremely high. That's not an easy duo to stop. And I think that the other part of it is LeBron is no longer a guy that a veteran would look to and say, yeah, you know what? Like, you're the leader of our team. We saw with the Lakers that he knows how to play a secondary role. So if he goes and plays with Steph, it's still Steph's team, but he can be a secondary guy and really fit in there. So I like the fit in Golden State, but you got to figure out what kind of deal he's going to do too. I mean, LeBron's not a vet minimum guy, but I also think he knows he can't take $50 million plus a year if he wants to win another championship. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know, this. And the other thing to that point is his whole shtick about, hey, I'm giving the Lakers advance notice so that they can do their business. This is nothing more than, in my opinion, this had nothing to do with the Lakers. I think LeBron James understands that he had to get out in front of this to give himself the most options possible. And I don't think the Heat are even in this conversation at all. I think it's Cleveland or Golden State. And it's just a matter of him deciding, does he want to go back home for a third stint? I would probably not do that because you won a championship. You left it in a good spot. Go to Golden State, play with Steph. That's your best avenue.
Well, I think Steph obviously fits very well. You're going to have to figure out what to do around them. I mean, I don't love their roster. And I know that's probably crazy, but is Steph still a 20 a night guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think he is? I don't know that he is. I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
I like 20 points a night.
Yes.
Yeah. Steph is still a 20-point a night guy. Yeah. I think that Steph Curry is. The reason I say that is because he doesn't need to get downhill to score. Steph Curry can take 7 shots and have 20 points. Like he's the greatest shooter of all time. I think that Steph Curry will be you want to talk about double doubles and triple doubles? Okay, different conversation. But Steph Curry can roll out of bed and walk onto a floor and put up 20 for you, in my opinion, because he's a shooter.
Yeah, I don't know how much he had. How much does he have left? I guess like just looking at some of his numbers. I mean, if you put LeBron on that team, his numbers have to go down. I mean, what did he average this year? 26 and change? Like I don't know why I can't find his numbers. 26 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.5, 5 assists, let's call it.
Yeah.
So his scoring numbers, his 3-point numbers obviously are what everybody looks at. Fine. But you look at his, I don't know, man. I hope the guy can play. I'd love to see him play 70 games at some point again. But what did he play this year? Half the season?
Well, but also remember, not a lot of incentive for him to play 70 games this year either. I mean, I think that we also have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, I think he's got to show, if they're going to win championships, he has to play 70, 75 games.
Yeah, I agree. But again, I just think that when you're talking about players and them pushing through, Steph Curry understands and can see forward. So Steph Curry, in my opinion, played this year knowing, hey, LeBron is not going to be a Laker. I'm a big believer in this, and you can call this tinfoiling, but I think guys like Steph and LeBron, they plan this stuff out a couple seasons ahead. Like, I think that Steph and LeBron have had conversations specifically during the Olympics or even before that about potentially playing together before their careers were over. And like, hey, if you pick up an injury, like, let's slow play that. Let's make sure you're healthy for this season and that season, like be the best you can because we'll play together and that'll, we want to give ourselves the best shot. And especially when you're Steph and you're like LeBron playing on that Laker team. Like, he knew he wasn't winning a championship, but he also knew he was fighting for legacy with the Lakers in that last playoff series. So, I just think NBA players of that caliber have the ability to measure that.
Yeah, we'll see. If I am LeBron, I am probably going to Golden State, but I could see why Cleveland's attractive.
Yeah.
I can see why Cleveland's attractive. And on the Lakers side of this is the exact right move for the Lakers. I mean, the fact that you still have the most dominant or one of the most dominant offensive players in Luka Doncic, another guy that's got to get healthy and play a huge amount of games.
Right.
I think with Luka there, Austin Reaves there, now you have to go and you need to go find a very dynamic young big like Walker Kessler. And you got to overpay him to get him out of Utah. As simple as that, because you don't need, I think you're happy to lose Marcus Smart. You're okay with LeBron walking away. That's an end of an era, and you needed that. This is a very good place for the Lakers to rebuild because you don't really have to rebuild because of the Luka and the Reaves deals.
Right. Yeah.
So I really like where the Lakers are at.
Yeah, I think it's a good decision. I think that, again, it's this Walker Kessler conversation as far as where the Lakers are going. I mean, I think that we've all been talking about LeBron's departure from LA for several seasons and trying to figure out what that was going to look like. Again, to the point I was just making, I think Luka knew that this was probably LeBron's last season, which is why there wasn't a huge effort to get back. from the leg injury and really take a risk there, which I understand.
Sure.
I think that the Lakers, post LeBron, now that he's gone, the Lakers have to get back to being who they were with Kobe. I think that you have to get back to being an organization that accepts nothing less than championship material. And I think Austin Reaves delivers that culture. I'm not confident Luka delivers that culture. I think he's a hell of a player, but he's also, in my opinion, just another version of James Harden at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that my biggest concern is, let's say you get the Walker Kessler deal done. I still think, while yes, you're clearly better and you're clearly a playoff team, I'm not confident you're making it out of the West to play for a championship at that point. I think that when you get into the Western Conference Finals and you're playing against a team that's just as good as you, that comes down to grit and fight and really coming together. So we'll just have to see what the team looks like. I do think JJ is the right guy for the job. I think he's done a hell of a job for them. So, you have a good head coach. You just got to figure out how to put a team together that can be resilient and actually fight through and push.
I really like where they're at. I like where the Suns are at. I like the West a lot right now. I mean, I'm actually really stoked for LaMelo to be in Minnesota. I like that move a lot. I like what we've seen. I'm a huge fan of NBA free agency right now. I'm a little surprised to hear about the Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi. Can anybody explain to me why Kawhi is going back to Toronto? Why? I understand that they're a decent club, but does that excite anybody? I mean, that's a team. Does he make them, if they won 40 something games last year, middle 40s, 45 games, does that make them a 50-win team? I mean, I wouldn't think so, especially not in the East when you have the Knicks. The Celtics should be much better this year. Who knows what happens with Jalen? But Detroit's going to be better, I would think. New York's going to be better. Boston, Cleveland. I mean, hell, I think Toronto's probably a 50-win team with Kawhi, but is that enough?
I mean, yeah, I think the Kawhi thing, dude, the cynical part of me feels like the Kawhi thing is a bailout for the tree scandal situation and the cap circumvention situation in that organization. And they're moving on from him to get the heat off their back with that. I think Toronto, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, maybe they're just willing to take him back. I don't know. I have no idea.
Listen, Brandon Ingram and Grady's dick for Kawhi Leonard's a pretty good deal. I mean, that puts you, because don't forget, they still have Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett. Like you look at Emmanuel Quickly.
They're not a bad team.
No.
I just don't know what the top end is,
And is Kawhi going to play 50, 60 games?
I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know.
I'm really curious. I am really curious to see what happens with that roster and how they finish that out. But if you're swapping Ingram and Grady's dick for Kawhi, I think you're in a pretty good place. I mean, I like Grady Dick a lot. I think Grady Dick can be uncomfortable.
His cock.
But it's a play on it. It's like anyway. The point is Grady Dick is better than Spotted Dick every day. Yeah, I'm a child, and I don't have any problem admitting that. But my point is, Kawhi's interesting in Toronto, depending on how many games he plays. Kawhi fits a Raptors uniform, and glad he's back in Toronto. Should have never left. One of the greatest shots in history. That you guys remember? You probably don't. I think it was the Japanese radio call or the Chinese radio call of that Kawhi shot.
Korea.
Oh, it's Korea.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. We used to run that on this show constantly.
Yeah.
It's still his shot out of the corner that hung on the rim and you hear the ball hit the rim. It was such a good
Iconic, dude. Iconic.
It really was. Why does Monty hate British pastries? Yeah, I mean,
Fucking A.
I don't know. Why do I? I think it's fair to say that the Clippers are the worst franchise in NBA history. That 2019 summer ruined the future of their franchise, and the fact that people are not fired is shocking. I don't know. The Kawhi PG era was a complete waste.
Yeah.
A complete waste. I really don't know what you're doing. Phil says it's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes, it is.
Do we care about that?
Yes.
What is it?
Every single year.
Every year it's $1.3 million until 2035.
Yes.
1999 to 2035, he gets $1.3 million on July 1st every year. It's not bad money if you can make it.
Yeah, not a bad living, dude.
You can't deny LeBron is a great player, but off court he was tight with Diddy, and that cannot be overlooked.
Stop.
Now we're hanging Diddy around LeBron's legacy?
If you really believe that, you're just hating. Come on, dude. Be better.
Gabriel, I absolutely agree. It's the right move for the Lakers, and I'm not that. The parting of the ways was mutual and respectful. I'm glad it was, too. LeBron saying no, thank you on social media made me happy as a Laker fan. Me as well. Marcus says, white does not fit you well. You should have stayed on the dark side.
Bro, you haven't been here all week. First day you roll up and you're like, white doesn't look good. I actually like that.
He was in big meet. Marcus was telling me about the meetings he was in.
Uh-huh.
The college football stuff is real, dudes. At some point, we'll get into it. I love this shirt. This is a Nike golf shirt. It's the Scotty Scheffler shirt.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
I love it. So you have one similar to it, but not the shirt, but you have one similar to it.
Yeah.
And it's not white. It's actually a tinge of blue. You probably can't see that on the camera, but it's actually got a tinge of blue in it. And I love it. It is I love Nike, anything Nike golf. You put this here logo and I'm wearing it. Yeah. I have a Nike golf sweatshirt that is probably my favorite sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's the best.
I believe I've left a snail trail on that sweatshirt many times. I'm not really sure what that means. But the point is, I never wear black, or I never wear white. I always wear black. I wear white. Now I'm getting cracked for it.
Apparently.
Whatever. Marcus does not like whitey. Exactly. I was happy that LeBron is leaving the Lakers. Okay. Phil Venzer, Lakers need a center. Who's the guy? Walker Kessler. Exactly. Prototypical, perfect fit. He can wear white. It is after Memorial Day. Get off Monty's back. See, I think that's exactly right. It's after Memorial Day. I can wear white. And I'm pure as the driven snow. So why can I not wear white? I'm clean. I'm a virgin. It's what I do. I'm 53 years old. I've seen Steve Carell's movie. Anyway. I hate that Marcus Smart went to Houston. Good signing. Why didn't Dallas work to get him to support Cooper
You're
Flag?
not a Dallas Mavericks fan. Stop it. Stop.
I think he is. Black is more slimming, Monty. Now I'm fucking fat.
So wait, you just called him fat now. What are we doing, dude? What are we doing today? Why is this the game plan? What are we doing?
I don't know. I try, Everyone knows this is a wardrobe show.
Yeah, what are you guys all experts now on sound design and clothing?
I don't think this shirt looks bad on me at all. I don't think it makes me.
It's a good shirt, dude.
It doesn't. This shirt does not make me look fat, you jerk.
No, it does not.
It does not make me look fat. What are we even talking about? Good Lord.
It's an ass take, dude.
Now I'm fat again.
Yeah, it's an ass
take. Never good enough.
There's no question that's an ass take.
Steve Stepanek, I will be having surgery on my foot soon, over 2 years on crutches.
Damn.
Bro. Hope it goes well. Wait, aren't the BYU guys supposed to be like all Christian and here they are fat shaming Monty?
Yeah, I thought you guys were supposed to be accepting and love for everybody.
Oh,
And,
listen, Monty, listen, I'm a Mormon, and so we're not Christians. I mean, if you ask, Pete Hegseth told me I'm not a Christian because I'm Mormon. You're fucking fat, okay? I can say that now that I'm not Christian. Yeah, okay.
With all due respect.
I've been a Mavs fan since 2005.
No, you have not, dude. No, you have not.
Go play intramurals, brother.
You have not, dude. I don't believe you.
When I went back in the Army, I went to a game at American Airlines Arena when I was in processing at Fort Hood.
Now you served this country?
Did we know you were a vet? God damn it.
Okay, I have never once known you were a vet, dude. I feel like I need to see some evidence of that, dude.
I did not know you were a veteran. Thanks for your service. Monty does not believe in the honor code. Nope. Monty, you would look great in purple and gold. Go Dogs. Nope. I wasn't fat shaming. No, dude, I didn't mean to call you fat. I did. And you are. Holy cow, you're fucking fat. I didn't mean to, but it just happens.
Fat.
Enough donuts and full sugar soda, and you're fat. Thanks for that. They're jealous of Monty. Jay says, I actually thought you lost weight, Monty. I have lost a lot of weight. I have. James, who aren't you a fan of? Good question.
Yeah, next question.
Probably take less time to mention that list.
Please respect my privacy. Next question.
He's always talked about the Mavs when basketball is brought up. I agree. I no longer believe that this is all stadium guy James. I do believe he exists, but I believe he is dialed in an AI version of him to be on the prowl in this chat as a Mavericks fan. I think that's what's happening. I think it's a bot, dude. Wait, you were in the military? I had no idea he was in
I
the
legitimately had no idea, bro.
How in the hell did you not know he was a vet? Seriously, I had no idea. I have to admit, the new CBA is working. Dudes are moving east, and it's starting to balance out. The new NBA CBA is working.
Yeah.
Yes, I am an Army. I'm a veteran. Army 91 to 96 and 05 to 07. Okay.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
We appreciate that. Nicely done. Gabriel. And wasn't it called American Airlines Center? American Airlines Arena was in Miami. Also, thank you for your service, James. He actually put Lames. Typo. Lames? No, James. It's typo.
Oak State Lames.
How does this happen
when he's down?
How does this happen to James every day? Somebody just typoed him into Oak State Lames. That's wow. I was in the Army during some of the time James was in. Oh, are you guys
Good.
What do you guys like, stripes? Jake doesn't know what stripes is. One of the greatest shows ever. Movie. That was totally not me saying that. That was autocorrect.
Don't run away from it now, dude. You called him lame, dude. Own that. You called him lame. You're not getting away from it, dude. It's not happening,
man. You feel James makes you feel a certain types of way. Nobody's going to blame you for that.
Yeah, you don't need to run from it. It's okay.
I mean, so you're a bad person. Who here isn't?
Yeah, you shame veterans. What's the big deal?
I'm a racist. I mean, still one of the greatest Twitter takes ever. Oh, dude, what do you mean the tribes have casinos? What are you, a racist? Must be. Still amazing. Amazing. Cryptic, I don't hate you because you're fat. You're fat because I hate you. Exactly. Makes perfect sense. You know. Morning comment section friends. Uh-oh. Just want to let you know. Oh boy.
Your FTR. It's on the record on YouTube last week.
You'll all be part of my recovery from quadruple bypass surgery this week.
I think that's HIPAA.
Bro.
I won't be able to access a PC or comment myself. What on earth? Quadruple bypass.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
So have you had it already or you're going to have it? Dude. What?
the comment we got about shaming veterans. It's crazy.
Major Letdown says, I will be in the hospital watching on my phone. Hope you have a great holiday. Best to everyone. No, best to you, dude.
Yeah, dude. I hope you get through that safely, honestly. Yeah. Good luck.
Bradley wants to know where James. Yeah, James, where are the pizza reviews? Everybody asks me. Yeah, stop asking questions that nobody wants to. Do you know how many people are like, James still hasn't, or excuse me, Lame still hasn't done a pizza review? How many people are like, where are the pizza reviews? Maury's done 2 reviews. You've done none.
No, I'm not doing that.
You should. Finally, someone else gets screwed by autocorrect. Look, I hate the Jews.
Nobody is forgetting your Jew bomb last week, dude.
Look, just because you won't live in a house owned by Jews, that's fine. My house is owned by Protestants. I don't go announcing that to everybody.
It really hit me.
Chaplain James, many times mentioned working at the VA. What does that have to do with being in the military? Just because you work at the VA doesn't mean you're in the military. You know, do they only hire?
I honestly, when he had said that, I thought that he was doing pastor work at the VA, honestly.
Yeah.
As Pastor Lames goes, I thought that he was getting saved the street.
That's so cold-blooded, dude. Shams is reporting that the Golden State Warriors are actively working behind the scenes to sign LeBron James before the holiday. Lames says Lames is rather funny. It is.
Yeah, just change your name to Lames, dude.
Oak State
You're
Lames.
no longer Oak State James.
Lames it is from now. And also, thank you, sir, for your service. Yeah, seriously, thanks for your service.
Yeah.
Down Periscope was the best movie. Okay. Now we have to worry about whether we're going to get an Oak State James take or James Lames take. You should trademark that fast. All right, Oak State Lames here. The president is still fired.
What's up, big bro?
Go Frogs. Saying he shames veterans is diabolical. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Right? Like, good Lord. Brandon Butler, even the spell check AI is now firing ricochets at Oak State Lames.
GPT had enough, bro.
James catching strays from ChatGPT.
Man, dude.
You're gonna own it. That's you forever now. Give that man a standing ovation. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You know, I did one on Giovanni's in Orlando last week. You did?
Saw it, dude. I never saw that, dude.
How would we know that?
Yeah, I never saw that, bro.
You know, appreciate it, guys. You're welcome. Norman Powell has agreed to a 2-year deal with the Chicago Bulls. Bulls are spending money. That's impressive. Bulls are spending money. I'm here for it. I don't even hate that. You know, Monty owes a ribeye. Hey.
Wow.
Let's go. I might be back in Utah in the next week or two. If the car thing happens. Have that story to talk about. Should we just get into that, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
I will admit that the Board of Regents at Oak State is lame.
Wow.
Casey Schramm, I would have hit that, and then they fired her.
It is what it is.
You know, lames is good, but it will always be Seaman Demon to me. Listen, you guys.
You gotta stop making fun of my semen demonness.
Macaque.
I did an intensive to get that name.
87 hours.
Hiscock.
87 hours of pumping that meat, boy.
I'm a bad person. You better find Teddy next time you're in Draper. I'll just look for the hose.
Yeah.
Good old Teddy Wayman. Miss that,
What a
dude.
stud.
By the way, for anyone living in the corner states, be safe and stay alert, bro. This heat dome thing. Jake, are you leaving the house this weekend?
I mean, I don't leave the house a lot, generally speaking, but if I do, it's going to be in the morning. It's not. Look, I'll be honest. Like, the heat is really, having lived in a bunch of different places, like, it's really not that hot. Like, 90 is really not that big a deal. I mean, honestly, it's not. Like, everyone makes it out like we're melting out here, and we're really not at all.
Yeah, the problem is not the heat, it's the humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Are you kidding me? The humidity is. Yeah. The weather in Salt Lake is, it's supposed, you're going to have a feel like temperature of 97 today.
Yeah. And see, that's a dry as hell 97, which is even tougher.
Oh. And the other issue is all the fires in Utah, Chita. All the fires in Chita right now are, it's brutal.
It's nasty, dude. It's really rough.
It is absolutely brutal. And then like next week, I want to say like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are supposed to be around 100 degrees in Utah. Ooh.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
And dry as a bone. Dry as a bone. Thankfully, because you guys don't need any more lightning. Because that's what started all these fires in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so woke up to an email this morning. And here, I'll read it to you.
Hey, Monty.
Hey, Monty. You guys know I drive a BMW and love my car. I have no desire or want to sell Pele, which is the name of my car.
Right.
But I get a note from Buddy at BMW of Utah. Kalichi. His name is Kalichi.
Okay.
Buddy says, hey, Monty, quick question. I have a longtime BMW client who is searching for a 2024 BMW X4M, proving to be much harder than expected to find one. Since you own one, I figured it couldn't hurt to ask. If the numbers made sense and we could help you move into something you'd enjoy just as much, would you consider selling yours? Yes. Yeah, I would be. I love my car. It would be really difficult. I think my wife would love something electric. I think but that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This car is so fun to drive. Like, I quite literally look forward to getting in this car and driving it.
Right. Have you liked it more than you thought you would?
Way more than I thought I would.
Okay.
Way more than I thought I would. I've only had it. I haven't even had it a year yet. It's less than a year that I've had the BMW.
Yeah. When is the anniversary of it? What is it, like September?
July. Like middle of July.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was something like that. Yeah.
And I would seriously consider it. I would seriously consider it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I think it's with these cars, like, I think that's always a consideration. You're always kind of, proverbial you is always kind of like monitoring it, and you always keep tabs on it. I'm a big believer in that. I think generally speaking, any car you own, you should always keep value. You should always keep tabs on its value. I just generally, as a rule of thumb, believe in that. I think with these kind of cars specifically, I think the challenge is, one, this particular car is extremely rare, just from the standpoint of the color, the spec, the way it looks and everything. Like it's going to be like, you probably, unless you're getting into exotics, which I know you're not at this point, you're not going to find a car that's as rare as this particular car is. So there is that exclusivity piece that I think matters. I also think that, the moving on from it, the next car is also going to be a challenge. I mean, I think that when you think about like, where do you go from here, I think is a tough question. I maintain that, if you, not that you probably care, but like everybody and their mom's got a G80 at this point. The G80 M3 has been prolific. Like, it's everywhere. You see them all the time. They're not that rare anymore. Everybody and their mom's got one. And there's a reason for that. They're obviously incredible cars. It's no slight to the car. But
No.
when you're looking at moving on to whatever the next vehicle is going to be, I think I look at it and I say, okay, you've driven this powertrain from BMW. It's tried and true. It's a great powertrain, fun as hell to drive. But you're an SUV guy. So like, I don't think you'd be as happy in an M3 or really an M4. I'm not a big M4 guy, or an M4 versus like an X5. The X5 particularly is one that I think is like literally a perfect car for you, just because it's really tough to beat that. Like that's, and I know that, the X4 is probably a little more nimble, but the X5 is, it's just, I think you'd.
Problem is the X5Ms are $145,000.
Yeah, but you're not getting a new one. You're not going to get a new one. I mean, you're talking about pretty close, like for like value. I mean, if you get, let's say that they give you, 90 for your X4, I mean, a comparable X5 is right in that same ballpark. It's not like it's that far off. So, you're not certainly doing a deal on 140. I think you'd be doing a deal on like 80 to 90.
That'd be tough, dude. I don't know. Replacing this car is going to be incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be really difficult. What does Morty love more, the car or that Bohica monthly parking bill in Seattle?
Well,
it's not really that much of a Bohica monthly parking bill. It is undefeated. That car is so good. I don't regret it at all. I mean, I do pay $300 a month to park it.
Right.
So I don't, you're right. I mean, in that it is, now I say out loud, $300 is not the end of the world. But it's $300 more I put into that car.
Right.
How many miles do you have on it? 11,000. So I don't drive it very often. I really take good care of it. I really take good care of it. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what I would do. I'm not sure how I would handle it. I'm not sure what it would, because what do you go, when you have an X4M competition, what do you get into?
Well, I think that it's driving experience at this point. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. It's not just like what makes sense. It's what kind of driving experience do you want next? I mean, that's why I said before you got that car last year, I was like, dude, once you drive this car, it's going to be hard to enjoy driving something else as,
it's impossible.
Yeah. I just think it. So I think you're still in the Beamer ecosystem with whatever the next car is. But yeah. I think that, I just think, that you have to be willing to say, okay, yeah, this car is rare. Yes. It's going to be hard to replace, but at the same time, like I think part of the game is enjoying a lot of different cars. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I like the 5 or the 6 for you. I still maintain if there was a very select few particular Audis out there, I think everybody loves, and you would also love, but again, it's that dealership and what they have, and they've got like 3 of them that are options. I think Like the X3 is the same thing as the X4. It's literally the same car. It's just a different shape of car. It's fastback versus SUV. So it's the same thing. So,
Yeah. M5s are just so goddamn expensive. X5Ms are so stupidly expensive. Like it is. Yeah, but you're at the level I'm at now. Do you step back? That's the hard part. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting to wake up to that email.
Yeah, I think the other question you have to ponder as well is like, you're someone that's just driving the car how it comes. Like you didn't do any mods to this car. You didn't really go down that path with this car. And that's a massive part of the Beamer scene right now is mods and doing stuff with the car. And like, so it's like, that's what I would be measuring. Like, what kind of experience do you want to have with the car? I mean, if you're looking for a car that, that you want to get into and have fun in the aftermarket and things like that, an M3 is probably the way to go. You can the M3 is goated for that. Like there's so much you can do, but you're probably not doing that on an SUV. That probably doesn't make as much sense. So it's like, you just kind of have to decide what you want out of it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I love the X5.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it all plays out. But I just thought it was an interesting email to wake up to. I thought it was. The question is, how much are you willing to pay for a car? That's the question. And for one that Dog Fan Jim says, make Mrs. Monty happy and get a Rivian. I don't know that she wants a Rivian. I'm not ready to be fully electric. No. Honestly. And if I was going to be fully electric, I probably would only do a Tesla, but I would only do it if I could have a charger at home. That's the only way I would do it. So, yeah, that's exactly right. See what numbers they come up with. Because I'm not in a hurry to, I don't want to sell my car.
Yeah,
but I make me a number and I can get into something kind of cool. I'd really like an X3M, but I don't know that they'd have to have one. And
they do have one.
Yeah. I am. I'm really curious to see what it'll come with. Let's see if they.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not moving on. If it's me, I'm not moving on from Pele unless the number starts with a 9. I'm not doing that. I think you know what your payoff is. And that's high 80s. I think that the email inquiry tells you the leverage you have. Hey, we're reaching out to you because we're having trouble finding a car. Okay, well, if you're having trouble finding a car, certainly I wouldn't pay over 100 for an X4 M Comp used. I wouldn't. But I do think that 91 to 94 is a very reasonable price for a one-off spec X4 M Comp, especially if you're in the market for one and it's hard to find.
Yeah, they're really hard to find.
Yeah, so I think that for me, in my opinion, it is a money-making opportunity for you. I just don't think that it's just not a car that's not a car where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just, I'm just looking to get rid of this car. Like if I'm going to get rid of the car, I need a profit for getting rid of it. And I need to get into something that I would be excited about getting into, which is why I say, okay, give me, 92 to 94 for mine and make it so I don't have to put any money down because I'll have equity in the car at that point.
Yes.
And then get me into your X3M comp or your X5M comp and give me a decent deal on that. And then we can talk, I mean, but I just wouldn't do anything under 90. I just think 90 is the number. So I'd be asking for like 93, 94 with the idea they'll probably negotiate you down to 91, 92. That to me is the play.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really torn about it because it's got 11,000 miles. So getting into like an M3, an X3M, that is You know, like when they have an X3M that's got 30,000 miles on it. You know, like, is that something I really want to do? I mean, this car, I've taken really good care of it.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, whatever the number is, are you really doing a car deal at the beginning of the month instead of the end? Well, the number's got to be the number, right?
Yeah. I think that I get the point you're trying to make.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
I think that the end of the month thing is, in my opinion, I haven't seen, haven't done a couple of car deals the last year or two. Like, I haven't really seen a ton of play that way with dealerships. Like, I think dealerships are very much in the mindset in this market of trying to make as much as they can because they're doing so little deals. So you have the leverage. The end of the month thing only comes into play when they're doing a lot of deals and they're trying to hit a volume number, in my opinion.
Yes.
And that's just not the case right now. And I think that the other thing you got to understand is that when you're talking to someone with the credit profile that he has in the car, and like you're not playing at Honda Accord levels here. You're playing at, hey, the money, the qualifying and the money and all that is really not even the point. The point is, hey, it's got to be a certain number. And even if the number's right, then you got to have a car that excites me to a point where I'd be willing to move on from this car. And that's the part that I think is challenging. So, you know, and then of course there's the obvious shipping cost of shipping it back to Salt Lake, which I think matters. You know, that's probably a $700 venture, because that's not a super far shipment as far as car shipping companies are concerned, but there's still costs there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't, man. Dude.
And I also maintain that the car is only going to appreciate as well. So like
the car that I have is only going to appreciate. That's correct.
Yeah, I mean,
even full PPF, it's yellow, it's mean, it's
well, and the miles. I mean, the miles are, because you said it's a 24, is that right?
Yeah,
yeah,
so like 2024.
I mean, it's 2 years into its life and it's under miles, which is
way
awesome.
under. Yeah,
like I don't know, dude. I think that it's like I said, this is a deal that you don't have to do. It's a let's see if the numbers work kind of deal. And I just think it's as simple as that. And it's not being a hard ass to the guys at the dealership. I understand the position they're in, but it's like, hey, it's going to have to be, it's going to have to be something good, and that's why I'm saying, like, I wouldn't be doing this deal just to get into an X3. Like, I think an X3 is a downgrade. If you can get into the X5, I think that's actually an upgrade from what you have now, because I think I think people really, really sleep on that setup from BMW and how capable it is. And I think everybody wants to talk about the 6-cylinder setup and nobody wants to talk about the 8-cylinder setup. And I just think it's the power you're getting
more
out of
gas, though, dude. That's the only thing I worry about there, is it is a lot more gas.
I mean, is it that much more gas? I mean, really? You really don't drive. Like, you don't have a commute. I mean, you're like, I mean, gas tank size, I guess you're putting premium in it either way. So
you are, yeah.
So
yeah, it's going to have to be the perfect car. That's all. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be difficult guy, but it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be. But you're telling me I don't want an X2, or an M2, or an M3, or an M4.
I think the M3 is solid. I like the M3 a lot. The M4, I think you would have problems with equity in. I think the M4 is not as desirable as the M3. I think everybody wants the M3. So, an M3 with X-Drive, okay, I get it. Everyone's got it. But again, I would encourage you, if you get an M3, I would be doing an exhaust. I would be doing, I would customize it a little bit, because that's part of owning an M3, in my opinion. The M2, I think, I mean, again, it depends. Like, it depends why you're buying the car, or what you're getting into. If you want a car that you can really drive and get after it, I mean, I think I would not buy an M2 right now, because the X-Drive M2 is coming out. So I think all the M2s that are out now are going to go down in value. So I don't think it's smart now to buy an M2.
I would agree.
Your M3, if you're going sedan, I think the M5 is too much of a. It's just too much of a cruiser, in my opinion. The M3, in my opinion, is where it's at if you're buying sedan from Beamer. I just think it's pretty much undefeated. So
yeah. Well, you might have to hop on a plane and come to Salt Lake and buy a car, Jake. You know.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'm excited to hear from Buddy. So I want to see what he's got to say and how all that plays out. So
I mean,
are you?
Huh?
What? No, go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is because the other thing, and this isn't really applicable to you because I don't really think that this is what you want to do, but I also think the only other angle would be that, like you could easily, well, when you talk about like what you would want to do next, if you were more open to the aftermarket, you could easily step down and model. Like you could go to, you could easily go to like, just like an X3 M40, but you could build one, and that would be really a cool experience because that car is so much fun to drive. It's incredibly fun to drive, but it would be a different experience because you built it and taking it down the path you want to take it versus just getting a out of the box one. And that's kind of that's the hard part with M models from Beamer versus M Sports is that I get the allure of like an X4M. The car speaks for itself. But if I said, hey, here's a $40,000 X3 M40i that is the B58 all-wheel drive from Beamer, and then you can go and take it and do what you want to it, I think that's also just as much fun as what you're doing now, and the payment is miles less. So, and you don't have to worry about the miles you're putting on it or anything like that. So,
yeah, dude, if I could have any, it'd be an X5M comp, but I'm not going 145.
But I don't think you need to. That's what I'm saying. You're not talking about a $145,000 deal. They're 80 or 90 used. Like it's not. You're not doing a new one.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I'm definitely not doing a new one.
I just don't think. I just wouldn't. Even if the money didn't mean anything, I still wouldn't do a new one because I just don't. I hate the new design. One,
I hate it.
Like it's the new design is ass in my opinion. But two, I just think that it's not necessary at all. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. What about electrics? James Oak State Lame says I've rented a Tesla Model Y. It's fun. It's like a hot hatch but on stilts.
Yeah, I mean, I've ridden in Ubers that are Teslas. It's just not my. It's not my cup of tea. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just not. I think that everyone's like, oh, Teslas are fast and they perform and everything's amazing, but it's not just about the speed. It's about the character of the car. Like that's the magic of BMW. Yes, they're fast. Yes, you're going to beat a lot of stuff, but the emotion and the character the car has is really what gets you bought into owning it and paying for it because it's just so much fun. It's loud. It's beautiful. Like it's just everything you want in a car. So like I'm not married. I'm not married or committed at all to electric. If you want to talk to me about hybrid powertrains, okay, we can have that conversation. But it's just
so you're more into hybrid than you would be into fully electric.
Yeah, I'm not. The Cayenne Turbo with the hybrid system is incredible. I think Porsche is doing incredible work with their hybrid systems. I think, you're seeing a lot of hybrid stuff coming to the truck world because there's a lot of fuel efficiency gains you can get through that, even on bigger stuff. So I love that kind of conversation. I actually think that's a really smart use of electric in cars. But I guess I just like, I appreciate cars too much just to go fully electric. I like, doing stuff to them. I like driving them. I like going. Like, yeah, gas is really expensive right now, but eventually it'll come back down to a reasonable number and gas won't be as big of a deal. I don't want to have to worry about installing a charger at the house I'm renting or, even if I owned my house, I don't know that I'd want to do that. Like, it's just not, it's like I said, it's not my cup of tea. Some people who don't care about cars as much, hey, knock yourself out, man. Like, I get it, but it's just not my deal.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an interesting conversation. There are rare times in life where you get a deal that is just too good to pass up. So if it hits, you have to strongly consider it. I agree. Car dealerships are in hot water right now. You got cars collecting dust because no one is buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the people that do buy them end up returning them months later and getting it repossessed. Ooh.
Well, I don't know that I would agree with that. I mean, repos have always been a thing in the car industry, but I maintain that there is. Everyone wants to say that the car industry is on fire right now. New car sales are on fire right now. I think that if you have good
100%.
credit, dude, if you have good credit and you can put down 1,000 or 2,000, nothing asinine, like just a reasonable down payment, dude, you can easily get into a $400 car payment into something fun. Like you can. There's again, this is below your level, right? But I'm talking about enthusiast cars. You know, like stuff that's not $100,000 BMW. You can easily get into mid-20s, mid-30s car for, you know, 450, 500 a month. And you know, your interest rate is, yeah, it's going to be higher. You're going to be like 7%, 8%, but that's just the nature of the world. I think it's unrealistic to expect, you know, a 3% auto loan unless you're in a very particular, you know, you have to be buying new, you have to be leasing, and you have to be getting into a vehicle that's not super expensive to get that kind of rate. So I don't actually agree that buying a car right now is impossible or just unachievable. I just think it's a particular set of circumstances you got to be willing to operate in, and you can get it done. It's not that big a deal, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. Stepping down to an X3 M40 is
well, you would only do that if you're willing to mod it, if you're willing to build it and go down that route. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that this is my point. This is my point. If you're gonna approach the conversation as, "Hey, I'm stepping down, and this is like some massive downgrade," then
probably the wrong
wouldn't get rid of the
conversation.
car, dude. Like, I probably wouldn't get rid of the car. You know, because I understand why that would bother you. If it bothers you, if you genuinely feel like, hey, I'm not ready to step down and build one, I just want to keep this, then keep it. Like, I think it's got 11,000 miles on it. I mean, the powertrain you have, I maintain is one of the best powertrains to just beat the crap out of it and drive the piss out of it. As long as you take care of it, it'll go. Like, it's good. It's strong. That's what they're known for. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I think is the more difficult part, is the emotional part of saying, okay, hey, I had this $100,000 X4M comp that was amazing, but I want to step down and do this and build it because I got a great deal on it. Like, that's what you have to weigh, and it's not easy.
No, I'd have to want it. Like the X6 is just so much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And I
more horsepower.
What's that?
The X6 also has 100 more horsepower.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they come up with. We'll see what they do. Like I said, we'll see. MSRP direct from manufacturer to dealer because of so many cars just sitting on the lot right now. And Ford's deal is they were really marking up. Like, it started with the GT 500 and the GT 350, where they were putting like $20,000-$30,000 premiums on those cars.
Mm-hmm.
And it was screwing the people buying the car. And so Ford has put an end to that now. So,
yeah.
You know, who knew the power of super chats, right? Exactly right. In today's world, my brother truly cares about his 98 Firebird. Old but gold, he says. Dude, it is. Those cars were. Kidding me? 68 Firebird. If you want to live on the edge and risk of starting on fire, get a Telluride. You waited for yours during the pandemic.
Yep.
Do you love it?
Why do you think he still has it? He's probably got a great interest rate on it and a great deal.
He paid cash for it, I thought.
Oh, did you pay? Then he didn't have an interest rate. That's cool.
Right, Jeremy? I think you paid cash for yours. So, my brother burns through so many tires on his Tesla Plaid. Yeah. But it's fast. That car is so fast. Just pay straight up cash. Exactly right. My 2000 Toyota Tacoma fits my budget perfectly. Don't think I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think that I've come around on that. I think that there's a lot of value in an older truck that you can just put miles on, I think that's a great play. I think you can get them. There's a ton of them sitting in the market right now, just an ass load of them that are like anything you want. You want an F-150, you want a Chevy, you want a Tacoma. I mean, Tacomas, in my opinion, are way overpriced, even in the used market, but they are out there. They are definitely out there.
Yeah. I'm not ready to be fully electric, though.
No, absolutely not.
Not yet. X6 is a good option if you want a road trip vehicle. Too big. I love my Telluride. Yes, we paid cash for ours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that on the show.
Yeah.
I do remember that. All right. That's it. Show's over. The Monty Show is always presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com. 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. You never pay out of pocket, friends. No consultation fees. Just free advice at theadvocates.com. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.